Well, as everyone knows, we are living in a situation of violence. Although that, do you think that it could be possible someday we can live in peace again?
It is possible, but very difficult.
Why do you think that?
Because there's so many factors against peace. There are all kinds of things wrong with the society. There are all kinds of social problems.
What's you?
What's you?
How does Catholic religion pray for peace?
It prays for peace during the Good Friday liturgy, Viernes Santo, when we offer the sufferings of Christ, praying for the peace of the world, asking that there be dialogue between different groups, different religions, that those who are in authority, political authority and civil authority, that they do their job well, responsibly, that we get rid of corruption, which is the source of all war and envy, and also that we work together to try to resolve the different social problems that we face. All sectors of the society, that we work together. That's what we pray for in the Good Friday liturgy. But we also pray for that on some days. There's a World Day of Peace. The 1st of January in the church is our day for prayer for peace. So we have days in the liturgical calendar where we ask for peace. And we work for it as well.
It is possible that all religions get together to pray for peace.
Sometimes it happens. The Pope calls together different religious leaders at some time. And sometimes when the Pope goes to visit a place, he meets other religious leaders and they come together and they try to pray for peace. They dialogue and they try to pray for peace. But there's a lot more of that needs to be done. It has happened. It happened in Assisi, for instance, in Assisi. In Italy, with John Paul II, he started that. He tried to get, following the model of St. Francis. St. Francis of Assisi was an instrument of peace. So he went before the Sultan, the Muslim in Islam, and he tried to dialogue with the people that he met with. So taking that model, John Paul II really invited the religious leaders of the world so that they could be together and they could try to work for peace. But as I said, a lot more of it needs to be done in all countries. Not enough has been done. That is why you find many wars have religious motives. Many conflicts in the world today have religious motives because there's not enough dialogue and not enough of the leaders of each religion willing to work for peace.
What do you think about a thesis made in 1986 where all religions prayed together for peace? Do you think it was good? Do you think it has any result in the world now?
Well, at least it showed it was good. It was a good effort. It goes back to what I was just saying. We need much more of that. But not only at the international level. It has to be done at the local level as well. It has to be, each country has to do it as well. Get all its religious leaders together. And then it would make much more sense at the world level to do so. But you have to get different religious leaders together to try to pray for peace and also to work for peace. Now, one of the ways of working for peace is that, let's suppose, different religious leaders were to get together to talk to business leaders and ask business leaders to help to create employment. Because unemployment is another factor why people get violent and why people go into unlawful kinds of jobs. So if the different religious leaders were to try to promote employment, which is just and which is shows their dignity, you're also active, right? But the prayer is good too. You get together and pray together and it helps. But the prayer has to lead to greater action, greater working together on specific projects, very practical projects where they can work together.
Well, in many religions, they make sacrifices. One of those is fasting. In Catholicism, what is the meaning of fasting?
Fasting originated in the church related to charity. So, during Lenten time, the idea was that you would not eat meat or more expensive foods. And the money that you save, you would give it to the poor. That was the idea behind fasting. Fasting doesn't mean to say that you don't eat anything at all. But what you do is you reduce your spending on food, especially more expensive food, which at that time was what we call today carnes rojas. Right? And another more exquisite kinds of food. In a certain period of the year, you try not to buy those things so that you could take the money that you save. And if you see a person on the street who has nothing to eat, that money that you save, you will give the person something to eat. But not only individually, it has to be a communion affair.
Well, maybe it's not only the fact that you don't have to eat, it's about you have to save the money as well.
Exactly. It's not fasting so that you get dinner. It's fasting so that your lack of, and it doesn't mean not eating, it means not eating certain things. Exactly.
And when you say spiritual renewal, what are you referring to?
When you say spiritual renewal, what you mean to say that people have to re-establish their relationship with God. Spirituality is your relationship with God. But we live in a world where there's so many gadgets and there's so many things that catch our attention that we lose sight of the spiritual realities around us. We lose sight of the idea of a greater good. We just think about our own good, right? But we lose sight of the greater good. We lose sight of the fact that the world has so many lovely things in it, yes, but we have to act in such a way that my own interests don't destroy or doesn't destroy everybody else's interests. And that my own selfishness as a person, egoism, my own selfishness does not destroy anybody. And when I can do that, then I'm really communicating with God. That's what Jesus said, right? El que quiere servirme, que niega a sí mismo, toma su cruz. Those who want to follow, they deny themselves. So we have so many gadgets around, right? We have Blackberries, and we have many thousands of gadgets, and we have all kinds of things that catch our attention. So there's a tendency in the modern society to place all our attention on these things, from one to the other, right? We go from one to the other, and we lose sight of the greater whole. We lose sight of the greater project, the greater human project. So when we talk about the spiritual renewal, what we're trying to say is that we become open once again to the values that we need to attune to.